TypeScript is an awesome tool because it helps you find errors in advance and provides more reliable IntelliSense when editing your code. I decided to make TypeScript optional in this course because not everybody likes the extra complexity. That being said, I do want to show you how to set up TypeScript if you'd like to use it in this course. I'd recommend going this route if you already have some experience with TypeScript, because you can follow along with the JavaScript code and make it a little more reliable in certain parts if you have a general idea of what you're doing when it comes to TypeScript. Okay, so inside our next project here, the first thing we'll need to do is create a tsconfig file. You don't need to add any code to this file yet. If you're running your development server, go ahead and shut it down and then rerun it by running npm run dev. When you do that, Next should throw an error and give you a command to install the TypeScript dependencies. Go ahead and run that command from the command line. It'll take a second to install everything, then run the npm run dev command again to start the dev server back up. If Next sees a tsconfig file in your project, it's going to try to use that config to compile your code back to regular JavaScript. If the config is empty, it will automatically fill it out with the recommended settings. And notice down here in the includes that it's looking for any files that end with ts or tsx. In addition, it creates a next-env.d.ts file. This file just helps your IDE find the corresponding types, and you shouldn't have to mess with it. Now that we have TypeScript set up in the project, we can go into our pages directory or the lib components directories that we created in the last video and rename the file extensions to either .tsx for components or .ts for just regular plain JavaScript files. Either file will work, but if you're using JSX in a file, you'll generally want to give it the tsx extension. And that's all it takes to set up TypeScript in your project. If you go into one of your components, you can import types directly from Next to strongly type your code. That may not seem very useful now, but as your app grows in complexity, you'll very likely come to appreciate it. Again, it's totally optional, and you can always come back to this video to set up TypeScript at a different time.